In our society, we got to get the bad seeds out of our society. This guy, I believe, is one of them. Got to tell you a story about this, and even his own fellow officers were very, very critical about what he is accused of doing. But before we get into the details, let me give you guys a disclaimer first. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. So let's talk about this story, and I'm getting this from CBSnews.com. So you guys know when CBS puts out a story, it's pretty serious. So thank you for the article. Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, Florida, has been known for some of the wildest stories. Broward County is just littered with crazy stories. A Broward County Sheriff's deputy was arrested Tuesday after he was accused of stealing, let me say that again. After he was arrested, after he was accused of sending sexually charged text messages to a 17-year-old girl he met while on duty and responding to a domestic violence call. He was on the job responding to a domestic violence call and sitting here thinking about trying to holler at a 17-year-old chick, which we'll talk about that 17-year-old number, because in Florida, it's definitely illegal. Everybody knows it, especially the police. We'll talk about the age of consent here in just a moment. We'll get back to that. For now, let's skip that. If you know the law, follow the laws of the land. Deputy Jemiah Thomas, 35 years old, was taken into custody following an investigation by the department over his alleged interactions with a teen girl, Sheriff Gregory Tony said in an interview news conference. He said that Thomas has been suspended without pay, pending the investigation and its outcome. It was the second time in 12 days that the sheriff had to announce that it arrested one of his own employees following allegations of wrongdoing by his workers. Once again, we're in the position where we have to arrest one of our own, Tony said. Not something we're proud of. Thomas, who had been a Broward County deputy or a Broward deputy for 6 years, is facing a number of charges, including the use of a computer to lure a child, traveling to meet after using a computer to lure a child, and attempted lewd and lascivious solicitation. That's a big-ass word. The sheriff said the accused deputy was called in September to a domestic violence call where he apparently met the victim. In this particular case, you got a deputy out here who did nothing more than take advantage. Take advantage of his powers, abuse his authorities, and solicit sexual solicitation of a minor. The visibly agitated sheriff likened the deputy to being a sexual predator as he told reporters about the case. Tony said the department received a tip from the girl's father about the actions of the deputy, who allegedly exchanged phone numbers with the victim after he first met her on the call for help. The deputy then tried to meet with the girl and sent her pictures of his penis while communicating with the girl. I think that's what they meant. Tony said it was not clear if the deputy had been accused of wrongdoing in the past, but says the charges will be insurmountable. There's no coming back from this, Tony said. If you're going to manipulate a 17-year-old girl into sex, you're going to be gone. And I like the fact that he took a really, really strong stance against that. Following the arrest, the president of the International Union of Police Associations issued a statement. We are only privy to the charges brought against him and not the details of the investigation. The alleged charges, if true, are extremely concerning and unacceptable. The facts of the investigation will come out in court, where ultimately a jury of Thomas's peers will review the evidence and make a determination of guilt or innocence, said IUPA. Local 620 President Matt Coward said in a statement. He added that Thomas is innocent until proven guilty and shall be awarded his due process through the courts. It's only the second black eye for the Sheriff's Department this month. That's an understatement. That's a lot. On October the 12th, federal investigators said Tony announced charges against 17 BSO employees accused of fraud while trying to take advantage of COVID-19 pandemic relief programs. So that sounds like that PPP loan thing. Maybe it was that. I don't know if it was that. I think it was. In that case, investigators said that the suspects allegedly received $495,000 in assistance unlawfully and used the proceeds to unjustly enrich themselves. 17 BSO workers. Let me talk about this real quick. Let's bring this up, because I thought this was very interesting. First of all, I think that this man needs to lose his job. He needs to be held accountable in court. He needs to do some jail time. How much time? I don't know. Because technically, he was trying to violate a person under the age in the state of Florida. And as you guys can see down there at the bottom, Florida is in that area where you have to be 18 years of age in order to consent to sex. You have to be 18. But here's what I thought was very interesting, because that number, if you go to different states, it changes quite a bit. Even just to the north, you have 5 states that are above the Florida state line where girls or people, in order to consent to sex, only have to be the age of 16 years old in the state that's directly above Florida. Here's another thing that I think why there's this big gap and this big shift between one state to another. All the states, and y'all caught it, all the states that require you to be 18 years of age or older, 12 out of 50 states only require you to be the age of 18. The other states vary between as low as 16 years old and between 17 years old are the rest. So 38 other states vary between age 17 and 16. Well, Florida says 18. And that's the law, and that's the law you got to follow, and that's the law that he violated. So it is what it is. But I'm just saying, I thought that was real wild. Like literally 4 or 5 states right above Florida are at 16. I'm just like, I don't know. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. For me, I guess I don't understand why the law changes from state to state like that as far as age of consent. I think that should be a thing where it should be more uniform. They should just pick a number and go with that. If it's 18, everybody understands 18 or older, 21 or older. Just, it needs to be a more uniform number. But do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think. I definitely think that he needs to be fired and prosecuted, go to jail. He broke the law. Here we go.
Developing now at 4:30, a Broward County Sheriff's deputy remains in jail following a disturbing arrest. Jeremiah Thomas is accused of trying to solicit a teen. Officials say the deputy met the minor while responding to a domestic violence call last month.
And things turned inappropriate from there. Local 10's Ian Margle is live outside the Broward jail in Fort Lauderdale with more for us. Ian.
And Thomas has been suspended without pay as this investigation goes on. Moments ago, we're talking maybe 2 minutes ago, he officially bonded out of jail.
All right, sir. Based on your lack of criminal history here, I am going to say your bond on count 1 at $10,000, count 2 at $10,000, count 3 at $10,000, count 4 at $10,000. Your total bond is going to be $40,000.
Jemiah Thomas back in front of a judge on Wednesday. The Broward Sheriff's Office deputy now facing felony charges for allegedly trying to solicit sex from a teenage girl.
In this particular case, you got a deputy out here who did nothing more than take advantage.
On Tuesday, Sheriff Gregory Toney spoke about the allegations, telling us Thomas met the 17-year-old victim while he was on duty and responding to a domestic violence call. Thomas and the teen exchanged numbers and then began texting.
Throughout that texting and communicating, there had been strategic efforts to plan and meet with the minor, sexual communications, pictures being sent while on duty.
The victim's father found out about the conversations and reported them to BSO. Then detectives in the Internet Crimes Against Children unit took over, posing as the teen girl and continuing the conversations before finally taking him into custody.
He's a good person. He had a great reputation as a police officer.
Attorney Sidney Fleischman told the judge on Wednesday that Thomas is a father of 4, that he and his wife own a home in Palm Beach County, and that the deputy is looking forward to defending himself.
He's doing well under the circumstances. He's looking forward to getting out of jail so we can start working on the case. And the family's very supportive of him.
Mr. Thomas, do you have anything to say about the charges?
And this is video of him getting out just moments ago. We were able to ask him a few questions. He had nothing to say. He paid $4,000 of his $40,000 bond and was given an ankle monitor and then allowed to go home. Back out live here in Fort Lauderdale, the judge said he could not be around any minors except for his own children or his own family members. We will continue to follow his case, keep you updated as soon as we learn more. Live in Fort.
Now, I'm not going to go into the video of the police officer. Maybe I'll edit it and upload it so you guys can see his full verbiage and see that video. I think it's pretty interesting. But like I said, man, I think one of the most egregious things here is the fact that he's on the job and this is what he's thinking about doing. He's thinking about taking advantage of a situation. I think that in itself already proves that your mindset is not right for this job at all. Like, 17 years old, 18 years old, now the person's legal, just all of that stuff. I don't even want to get entangled in that mess. All I know is that the law says this person has to be 18. The girl was 17. You was trying to holler, sending dick pics to a child, unacceptable. So like I said, I think that he'll get his day in court. Maybe we'll give you guys an update as far as how much time he gets in jail, if he gets any jail time at all, but I'm pretty sure he will. But let me know what you guys think about this story. Let me know what you guys think about the age of consent and how much it varies and how many states actually allow the age of 16 years old to be the standard for consent. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you.